What's up, A-listers? This is a different type of video now. Sorry, I seen all up on my nose. I got me some food. I'm in a center of some sorts and whatnot. This video is going to be a Ragnarok video. I have been obsessed for a week. I've been obsessed since 2021. We're going to make a video when I get back into my room. I hope y'all hear me and shit. It's loud as fucking here. But anyways, let's get on. Anyways, this is A-list shipping hog. I love that all of you are here. I couldn't find the words for it. Anyway, I'm gonna wait till I get back into my room. People think I'm gonna be crazy and shit talking to myself. Anyways. Yo, hey A-listers. Okay, so this video is gonna be a Ragnarok video, but it's gonna be like a full, at least a part 1 video where I'm talking about some of the major events in the game, because I already talked about the characters. And I know there's some characters I missed, so I'm gonna talk about them like after I talk about some of the game events, because my ass is just holding off on this. I tried to do it 5 times and I had to delete every which one because I kept messing up or something shows that I don't need y'all to see. So let's get on with the video. Oh yeah, wait. I just wanted to talk about Atreus'S Unspoken Riz. Like, I know if some of y'all have seen my other video, I talked about it. It's basically short. It's not really a video, but I talked about it because he really do got it. And I'm so fucking happy. Like, I can't. And Corey X Kenshin noticed it too. Like. I've been shipping Anger Butter and Atreus before the damn game. And for us to see the goodness, it's so cute too. It's fluff. It's fluff. We love that. We adore it. And seeing Atreus with like people his own age is really nice. It is really nice because there's a tense ass moment in the game where I'm just like, damn, he really is being lectured by every adult he knows. Like, fuck. But anyways, let's get on with it. We're starting at the beginning. Now y'all gonna see this. As you can see, he is over here looking at the ashes of his wife, Faye. Look, he finna cry. No, because I wanted to see a tear go down Mr. Kratos' face, and yet it did not. But I understand they're waiting for him. They're probably going to do it to the end. Look, no, because you'll see in the game he really was in love with his wife. Like, I didn't like doubt that or whatnot. I never doubted that he was in love with his wife. But like, legitimately speaking, like, it was so mutual, and you'll see at the very end when I talk about it that bro, their love was something different. And I see people shipping him with Freya. I see people shipping him with Freya, and I'm just like, I can't see it. I just can't. I can't see it. I can't. Hold on, we gonna talk about it. So this picture is a little bit fucking dark, but basically we start at the beginning of the game where they're around this fire in a cave, and you know he's reminiscing about his wife. He's holding up the bag full of her ashes and whatnot. He's damn near about to cry, but it shows him he has hard times as well. It's really showing a more vulnerable side of Kratos in that, like, you know, it's really difficult for him to, like, you know, get past her death, which I understand because, well, one, he was truly in love with her, and his last wife died probably centuries ago, so it's been a while since he's truly been in love with somebody again. And so he, like, you know, encounters Faye, and it's like his life has changed completely. And then in the distance we see Atreus, and this is what I'm talking about. I really thought Atreus was gonna be fucking evil in this game, and I was so scared. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's foreshadowing that he's really gonna become Loki, like the Loki we've seen in Thor Marvel movies, or the Loki we know about in the actual Norse mythology. And I know little about him, but I know that he be doing some crazy shit. Like, I know some shit. Like, come on, man. So anyways, before I talk about Freya, I want to mention that Atreus has grown in height. I think he's around 5'7", which when I looked it up and whatnot. And first thing we encounter is him being like ready to go, and he's smiling. And I'm just like, I literally missed this fucking game, bro. Like, on me, I missed this game. So anyway, they go off to sledding, getting out that cave and whatnot. And they're not too far away from home, but they're not really a walk away from home, if you get my drift. So in the distance, we see a shadow, and they know Kratos knows it's Freya. Atreus asks Kratos if it's Freya, and he's just like, yeah. And then they, you know, They go off sledding, like, the dogs go full speed, and Freya runs to them, then, turns into a bird and literally takes out her sword and attacks Kratos. He pulls out his ooh, I almost forgot what a shield was. He pulled out his shield, and she's looking him dead in his eyes and shit. She really wants his blood, bro, like on me. And then basically he manages to knock her off. Then she comes back in bird form, and then she goes into like humanoid form and punches this man, drives his face through the mud, just completely wanting to kill this man. Then the final time, she pushes Atreus out the way as he tries to talk to reason with her. And then she stabs Kratos with her sword and then tries to choke this man. And when I tell you, this is a great beginning to a video game. This is a great beginning to a video game. She really wants his fucking blood. Like, I can't. Oh my gosh. That's high stakes right there. And the thing about it is, she's really not even supposed to be attacking him, because Odin's magic makes it to where she can't harm anything physically herself. At the end of the first game, it literally takes her reviving like a giant for her to be fighting Kratos and Atreus so that they don't kill Boulder, right? Because she can't physically do it herself. So in this game, it shows that Odin's magic is weakening due to Fimbulwinter. Since Midgard is weakened, her powers are weakened. Not her powers, but the magic, Odin's powers, are weakened on her. So they get back home after that whole thing, after Freya basically yells, Kratos! And then the world is like collapsing. She's taking down certain like mountains and shit. Like, I'm just like, damn, this bitch really want Kratos dead. Like, I love that. I love that. But anyways, they make it back to their protective stave, which I think was Faye's magic used around it to protect them from Freya or other gods. Or I think they had the help of the dwarves as well as Atreus's magic to make a protective stave or whatnot. They have 2 wolves. They had 3 actually. They had Specky, Svanna, which are 2 girl wolves, and then they had Fenrir, which was a wolf that was already sick before they got him, and they got him from like, I remember it was someone who like was keeping these wolves enslaved and whatnot. It was really cruel to these wolves and whatnot, and so they freed them, a few of them I think. So yes, we encountered this, and Atreus calls this wolf Fenrir, and Fenrir's dying, and Kratos is trying to tell him in many ways, as they were like sledding and whatnot, Kratos was like, yeah, he basically dying. He didn't say it in those words, but he was practically hinting at it. And so there is a key moment. He literally uses a certain type of magic that he didn't even know he had, and like, I think he was honestly just trying to help him pass on to like, the deceased. I don't think he expected for Fenrir's soul to go to a certain object, but you'll see what I mean later on when I talk about it. This is gonna be a long ass video. I just want to tell y'all to prepare. But y'all, anyways, I couldn't find another picture of them kind of arguing, but like not really. So basically, Kratos, his way of grieving is different from Atreus's. So he basically, is like, come we train, because Atreus was like crying and whatnot. And so he wanted, I guess, to help Atreus like take out whatever sadness or anger he has. But Atreus is just like, what? My dog just died. Like, he didn't say that shit, but I could tell he really wanted to say, but like, Fenrir just died and you want me to train. And then he basically mentions they've been training every day. They've been trying to like get stronger every fucking day. And it's like, it feels like it's not helping because they still got enemies out there, and all this training renders useless, or seemingly renders useless, right? And so, after that little argument, Kratos basically is just like, oh yeah, you can go bury Fenrir and whatnot. And, well, actually, no, Atreus asks to go bury Fenrir and whatnot. And so Kratos goes inside, he talks to Mimir. Mimir's just like, oh, what happened? And then, like, Kratos mentioned Fenrir died. Mimir's just like, oh yeah, how's he taking it? And Kratos is just like, not well. And it's like, afterwards, Mimir can tell, like, Kratos was trying, but it's like, it didn't land the mark. So anyways, we're going to continue on. Now, this picture is practically after what happened. So Kratos had a dream, and this is when we first saw Don't do this for us, bro. Show us her face, bro. Come on. Come on. Okay. Wait. Oh my gosh. Look like. So yeah, in that clip we saw Faye, And that was when Kratos was having a dream because he fell asleep afterwards when he told Atreus to go bury her and whatnot. And then something had happened to where she basically put some gold paint on his forehead. It was just like, the time is coming, my love. And then he woken, and it scared the shit out of him because he grabbed his axe and whatnot, and he was startled, right? And then he was just like, where is Atreus? Like, it's been too damn long and whatnot. Then he brought Mimir with him, and he was just like, something ain't right. And so he went outside and whatnot, and he was attacked by a gigantic ass, enormous ass bear. This transformer ass bear came and attacked Kratos, and Kratos had to really go hard in this bullshit. Like, he literally, it put up a fight. And then afterwards, when Kratos damn near killed this bear, we discovered that it was Atreus, and we're appalled. We're just like, damn, we almost killed a boy. We almost killed a boy. And so we find out Atreus can self-heal if he focuses enough. And then we also find out, like, he can also transform into another animal. He talks about how he doesn't remember anything. He was saddened, and then he was angry, and then a bear was standing in the distance, and then it started going towards him, and he started going towards it, and before he knew it, he blacked out. Basically, he turned into that gigantic ass bear and mauled that gigantic ass bear. He murdered that bear, okay? So they continue on. They see the carcass of that bear, and they see that that bear had babies, and the baby is just like screaming at the, like, you know, them, as the other baby's like still patting its mama and whatnot. And then they run off into the distance, and I'm just like, that's so sad. That's so sad. Now, I'm still in this picture, by the way. This is where we see how their conversations and arguments kind of go, where it's like Kratos saying, like, you know, oh, that's it. And then Atreus being like, but also this plan and that plan. And it's like he's articulating his words correctly, you know, showing that he doesn't get as angry as when he was, like, younger. He doesn't throw, I don't want to say tantrums, but they kind of were like tantrums as when he was younger and whatnot. He doesn't do that oftenly. He tries to actually articulate what he says and like explain it and like convince his father about it. You know, he's being smart about it. And it's like, we like to see it. You go, Atreus. Like, bro, boy has grown. Boy has grown. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about this part. When they get back into the house, they feel a rumble, and then a corner of the house is struck by lightning, and then they go outside and they encounter Thor. Now, this is what we thought Thor ass was gonna look like. This is what we thought he was gonna look like. Yeah, we really did think, and he looked dripped the fuck out in all that gold and that, like, you know, black bear coat that he got on his back, baby. We thought that this was gonna be him, right? Man, I'll show you what we got, bitch. We got somebody who was mythologically accurate. That's what the fuck we got. People were complaining. They didn't like it. They were just like, yeah, he fat, just like in the in-game movie, Thor, he fat and he had drunk. Well, I'm just over here just thinking, like, that's what he's supposed to be. That is I keep wanting to say comic book accurately. No, it's Norse mythology accurate. He's supposed to look like this. He's supposed to be fat. He resembles a strong man. I'm gonna show you what a strong man is. These are what strong men look like. You know, look at, oh my gosh, I love Brian Shaw. I love Brian Shaw so much. Yeah, wait, no, that's not Brian Shaw. That's not Brian Shaw. Oh my gosh, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. That's the Mountain. I already know that's the Mountain. That's Eddie Hall. This is what strong men appear as such. That is Brian Shaw, my dumb ass. I'm over here just calling anybody Brian Shaw because they bald headed with a beard. I'm on that type of shit today. I see. This is random, but the mountain kind of looks like a Norse god right here. Like, if I'm gonna just be honest with you, if the Norse gods had muscle, more muscle, god damn it. This is how I think, do I want to say Balder? Ooh, a young Thor. This is how I think a young Thor would have appeared. But yeah, anyways, let's continue. But yes, Thor arrives, and this is honestly what I think depressed Thor looks like. I don't think this is what regular Thor normally looks like. I honestly am convinced that this is how Thor used to appear, and then after the death of his sons, because it's been 3 years since Magni and Modi had died, he basically dissolved into this being right here. He brought mead, aka liquor, alcohol and whatnot. He over here being like, you know, I want to go in your crib. And Kratos whispers to Atreus, and they let him in his crib and whatnot. And Kratos is ready. You know, he puts the hammer down on the table, Thor does, while like Kratos puts down the axe and whatnot. It's kind of like, you know, a contest of who gonna do what and whatnot. And then we get the famous line from Thor.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you? A calm and reasonable person.
We got that line, and then Kratos is just like, only if the matter calls for calm. I was just like, this shit cold right here. Now, before this, he had tried to give Atreus some, like, alcohol, and basically Kratos grabs his hand and puts the, like, cup down, really showing you, like, Atreus is still young as fuck. He's, like, technically 14 in this damn world. It's only been 3 years. So, yes. And then, one of the birds come, and then shortly after Odin comes in, and this is our first encounter of Odin. Hold on. We get this decrepit old bag of beans, which is Odin, by the way. And I know they made his appearance like this on purpose so that we can underestimate him and think like, oh my god, he really ain't shit and whatnot. And I know some people probably expected to see Zeus, like someone who looks like Zeus, basically long gray hair, muscle bound and shit, except him with a staff and shit and with more magic and whatnot. But no, we get this. And I think it's because he's supposed to, like, Balder's supposed to look like him, because Balder sure as hell don't look like Freya. So, of course, Balder looks mostly like his damn daddy and whatnot. Thor is the first son of Odin. He's also a half giant. Odin does not give a fuck about Thor. If I'm gonna just be dead for real, Thor is like Odin's lapdog or little soldier and whatnot. So, he basically mentions how Magni and Modi, Thor's sons, were useless, and that Balder was useful, and that Balder was basically a fucking weapon. Really shows you how much he does not give a fuck about his own kids. So it's like, he tries to make the deal of peace and whatnot, and then, like, he tries to make the offer, like, oh yeah, I'll get Freya off your back if you leave us alone. And then Kratos is just like, no. Like, oh yeah, there's a famous moment where Mimir is just like, if he says the snow is white, he lying. And I'm just like, I fucking love this shit right here. Which really shows you he a damn liar. He lies about shit he don't even want to lie about. Or that's what I got. After saying no, Kratos did, Odin goes around, then goes outside, and then basically he tells Thor, like, don't take all day. And then we get the lovely moment of when the fight between Thor and Kratos begins. Now, this fight is so cold, bro. Like, this fight is so damn good. It's so good. Basically, Thor likes to do this thing where he snaps his fingers and then Mjolnir comes to him, and then he threw that shit at Kratos and Kratos went flying. Yeah, we all know Kratos can't fly, and so like by himself and whatnot. And then Thor comes up and he's just like, oh yeah, we got a thing called blood payments in our world and whatnot. Yeah, y'all gonna have to, we gonna make a deal with this one. I'm just like, I love it. That's not basically what he said, but that's around what he said. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not quoting them word for word and stuff like that. My memory ain't that good, goddammit. But anyways, yes, we go through it. We realize just how strong Thor is. Even when you go like, rage mode and whatnot, he punches him. He basically stays in the same place, but his head like gets thrown back and whatnot. Thor's head does. He eats them punches, goddamn it. Then again, you are mainly punching him in his gullet, and we know his gullet's probably indestructible if I'ma just be dead for real with you. So yeah, they fighting and whatnot. Basically, I think Thor throws Kratos, and then they end up running into Tyr's statue. And then once Thor is distracted by apologizing to Tyr's statue, you can ram a pillar behind his back. Now, there's some hidden dialogue. It's not really hidden. It's like if you wait long enough, you'll hear it. And then he basically, all cocky and shit, tells Kratos, yeah, take a break. We're going to continue on. I'm just like, this bitch really telling Kratos to catch his fucking breath. I'm just like, ain't no way he's this cold. And then there's a moment you're gonna see he really is cold. Like talking with, like not see. I'm not gonna show you it because I'm probably gonna get copyrighted for this video. I hope not. But now they continue fighting, bop bop bop, dugga dugga dugga. And then there's a moment to where like Thor was too fast for Kratos, and he hits Mjolnir upside Kratos' skull. And Kratos dies, basically. Kratos is dead, okay? He done knocked his ass to a coma. No, not even to a coma, to death, okay? He put his ass to sleep, if I want to sell you. And then we get the menu right now. Everybody was confused because they thought, damn, I pressed the wrong buttons and whatnot. And they were just like, why are we seeing the death like panel that we get after Kratos is knocked out and whatnot? And it was part of the game. Thor's just like, oh nah, I ain't finished with it. He revives this dude with lightning, bro. He brings this dude back to life so that they could continue on fighting, bro. And then he's just like, no, I want to see the God of War. And I'm just like, bitch. I can't. Then we get this moment where we get a lightning that they had done because Mjolnir and the Leviathan axe combined together. And it was like lightning had frozen. And it's like a landmark in that world, right? And it's because Fimbulwinter froze it, which is so cool that Fimbulwinter is so cold, it freezes a damn lightning bolt. Like, that's so cool. Yes, that's the moment of contact, and then it makes that landmark. I'm going to show you what the landmark looks like. That's what that bitch looks like in the distance. That is so cool. That is really cool to me. Like, I actually adore that shit. So, anyways, they finished tussling and whatnot, right? And then at the very end, like, something funny occurred where he about to strike Kratos again. He getting real all uppity. Then he explains like, "Oh yeah, I see how my son's lost to you, but I ain't my sons, bro. Like I ain't my sons." And then he says something about Atreus and Kratos. We know how Atreus gets when it comes, not Atreus. We know how Kratos get when it comes to his boy. So he punches Thor dead in his face, which causes Thor to spit out, like take out his tooth and whatnot. Which like Kratos really brought back some of that old anger and punched him so hard in his face to where that tooth would wiggle out and shit like that. And then Thor left because I think Odin didn't want like Thor to kill Kratos just yet. Now after the fight, you'll see that in like a corner of the arena, they basically were in. Sindri and Brock come out and they're just like, hey yo, everything going good? Like they were there waiting for them. Like they're really good uncles, bro. They were really worried and it was so nice to witness. I'm so glad they were back. So anyways, Kratos goes back to the protective stave and basically later on Atreus will admit that Odin talked to him outside. Like Odin had mentioned and invited Atreus to Asgard and whatnot. Now, shortly after this, we go to Brock and Sindri's house, which they really do have a home. Like, they actually live somewhere. We see that theirs is the land between realms, which we see a little bit in the first game, but we actually see, like, a fucking home in the middle of it. And I'm just like, I actually love this shit. I'm sorry I'm cursing so much, but I'm so excited for this. I love this game so much. Now, I may be missing some minor details and whatnot, but yes, Now, we get a little bit of dialogue with between the dwarves and Atreus and whatnot. And like Brock just like, oh, what the fuck is that? And it's literally Atreus just being taller and looking older. No, because Brock is just like, and he looks like that now. And I'm just like, this mean bitch. I love Brock. Oh god, bro. He's just like, he's taller now and stuff. He taller than Brock and shit. And Sindri and shit. I was just like, this is so funny. Like, I can't. We kind of get another one of like, it's not really an argument. They're just like, talking about like how back in the house that they were at, Odin talks about how Atreus was looking for Tyr and how Kratos looked back. Kratos looked like he was finna slap Atreus. I was just like, ooh. And then Thor just like, yeah, we know what you doing. Stop it. I was just like, damn, man. And Atreus just walking away, but I'm just like, your house is literally one room. Like it's a glorified one room. Like you can't go anywhere. You can't slam no door or whatever. There is no other door. Like what are you trying to do? Like I can't. But basically, Atreus brings up the idea of going to visit Tyr, and so through a lot of convincing and whatnot, they go to venture off to find where Tyr is at. However, they also go to I will butcher this name. I am sorry, Svartalfheim. That's the land of the dwarves, right? They encounter Durlin. I don't even want to show Durlin's face. I do not like Durlin at all. He's just, oh fuck, shit. He just, ugh. But anyways, they go and find Tyr, this bag of shit. Now, when I tell you that I legitimately thought that Tyr was fun to be like, in the trailer, he kind of stood up. I thought he was sizing up Thor. No, not Thor. Oh my gosh. I thought he was sizing up Kratos, right? And then to find out that he's nothing like that. He's not going to be sizing up Kratos. He's not going to be like kind of being in competition and whatnot. No, this dude was scaredy as hell, okay? And there's a reason for that. There's a big plot twist near the end and whatnot. But he was over here just like, he was really like chill, quiet. I was just like, ooh, that's the calm before the storm, ain't it? And then Kratos kind of like lets him go of his like noose. He had a like rope around his neck and whatnot. He uses the flames of the blades of like exile to free him of his rope and whatnot. And then Tyr sees Mimir and whatnot, and he sees Mimir's head is severed, and so he scoots away from Kratos when Kratos was actually reaching out his hand and being like, "We're only here to free you." And I was just like, "That is so nice, Kratos. We love the change, baby." And then Tyr runs away, his big ass. He over here trying to run away and shit. It don't look right. It just looks weird. And so Atreus runs after him, and then he's trying to chill Tyr down and whatnot. And they manage to chill Tyr down and whatnot. They go to Alfheim. I forgot why they went to Alfheim. We get a little bit of a moment where Kratos hears the light again. Now, in the first game, he went to the light, inside the light. I mean, while Atreus had to fend off all them dark elves himself, Atreus really the GOAT for that. He did that shit at 10 years old, 11 years old. He did that shit at around 10 or 11 years old, and he killed all of those dark elves by himself. Like, I was just like, with no of the magic he has now. And I'm just like, this dude really fended for himself. He's powerful as shit. I like that. I like that a lot. But child, anyways, go to Alfheim. Kratos is very tempted to go into the light again because he misses Faye so much, and I understand because bitch, he is in love with Miss Faye, and I love that for him. Like, I can't. And then what else do they do in Alfheim? I forgot their main objective, but we get this little moment, and I saw this in the trailer, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's gonna be so cool. They're uniting and whatnot. And then we get Tyr's whiny ass going back to the house, and I'm just like, okay, never mind, bro. Never mind. He ruined the moment. He ruined it. Oh yeah, this is the moment when Kratos was freeing Tyr. Now there's a reason why Tyr acts all judgmental as fuck, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Whiny, is very much of a pacifist. He's like one of those vegans who like basically hates on everybody else who eats meat and whatnot, like just aggressive and shit. Like, why are you being so mean to me? I chose this life and whatnot. You chose that. Leave me alone. Like, and that's what Tyr is like in this, and then you'll get to see why. I'll get to that, but I'm trying to go in chronological order. I may be missing out on certain details and whatnot because I can't remember damn near everything because I finished watching it 2 days ago. So yeah, hold on. But there's so much stuff in this game, so it's understandable why it's not the easiest to actually remember all this stuff. Now Atreus, poor adorable Atreus. He sneaks out. He's been sneaking out and whatnot, going out of places, doing it on his own. He can fend for himself, goddammit. But he, like, Kratos over here is talking with Mimir a bit in his room and whatnot. Kratos is just chilling for a bit. Atreus gets this bright idea that if he goes to Freya and tells her about some of the details that happened, maybe she'll be on their side a little bit more. And when I tell you this low-key didn't work, Sindri went with him because Sindri over here is like sneaking out with Atreus. Kratos kind of doesn't like that Sindri is over here just being Atreus' little sneak out buddy and whatnot. But Sindri's just there to make sure he's okay. And then we get this little ass moment. Guys, when I tell you that shit was so fucking funny that shit was so funny when I first watched it. It was hilarious. No, because I thought he broke his hand. I was just like, oh shit, he about to break it. He couldn't. And I'm just like, damn. So I see why Kratos be putting his whole shoulder into that shit when he be breaking it open with his left arm and shit. I'd be like, damn, that shit either it's tough to break or he's just putting his all into it and whatnot. No, that shit's genuinely hard to break. Atreus had to break it open, like, after the third try with his bow and whatnot. I'm just like, damn, what the fuck is it made out of? Shit, that's some tough ass wood. That wood must be, I don't know if wood can freeze and whatnot, but that wood must have been frozen or what. But Atreus snuck out. He met with Freya. Freya, you could tell Freya does not want to actually kill Atreus. She don't even want to kill Kratos, like talking with. I just feel like she never really actually wants to kill them. She just wants to beat them up. Okay. So, child, anyways, Freya was just like, you shouldn't have come here. And you can tell she's, like, a bit more hesitant. She's losing her mind, but she also really doesn't want to kill Atreus, like, talking with. And then she's a bit shocked at what Atreus tells her. And Atreus tries to get a little bit close to her, but she like is jumpity as fuck and like is basically warding him off and whatnot. Then I don't know where she tells him to leave because he gave her a lot of information. She's just there sharpening her sword and whatnot, looking insane. And I understand her because she lost every fucking thing, man. She can't even leave to go back to her home realm because she's stuck in Midgard. So, anyways, this is gonna conclude the first part of my video and whatnot. It's kind of cute. Look at this. It's kind of cute. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. We have these little moments in there and they just make my heart soar. I love it. So, anyways, at the very beginning, I'm going to put in one of the clips I had and whatnot. It was like a little bit of an intro where I was outside somewhere and I was just like, talking about how we're going to be talking about Ragnarok Beach. Let's get it. Let's go. So, yeah. I'm gonna insert it. One of them. I'm gonna insert one of them, I think. But y'all, anyways, that's the end of this video, part 1, baby. And we'll get back to you. May peace be with you for an eternity.